Morales?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, counsel,
Yes, Your Honor.
have you received all discovery in each of these cause numbers, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
In each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case?
Yes, there is, Your Honor.
All right, in each cause number, did you review?
This quiet exchange is bigger than it sounds. Discovery in compliance means the defense has officially received all the evidence the state plans to use. From here on, surprises are off the table. The chessboard is fully set. If you were in her place, would you feel relief or fear knowing every card is now visible?
Dollars with 2 or more previous convictions. Each of these are state jail felonies. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? In each cause number, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding?
Here comes the legal reality check. 2 state jail felonies and the possibility of real prison time. This is not a slap on the wrist. This is the full weight of the law stepping into the room. Would probation still feel like mercy if you knew what was waiting on the other side?
She's had a brain tumor, I believe, and because she had surgery on that, and because of that, she's lost some feeling in her legs, and I believe that Your Honor, she just wants to get her life back on track, and also, Your Honor, too, she being with her physical problems, she really doesn't want to go to jail. The last time she was in jail, she fell and she had problems because she can't have a walker with her. It's, obviously a security. So I've spoken with her about the importance of complying with probation, and I believe she understands that she has to be very careful and do what's required of her. And additionally, Your Honor, should you grant her probation, I would ask you to please consider that she's not doing very well financially. Her husband does work sporadically, and she's applied for disability. It hasn't come in yet. It's pending. And she has some financial problems, Your Honor. Plus, additionally, with the 200 hours community service, Your Honor, she's happy to do community service. However, she's somewhat limited physically due to the problem she has with her legs, Your Honor. And yes. And is there anything which...
Now the courtroom shifts gears. We move from charges to compassion. Medical trauma, money stress, and fear of jail flood the record. This is where judges have to balance the rulebook with real life. How much should hardship soften a sentence?
Some days are worse than others, but I do, my guilt, and I know I was wrong, and
So let me ask you this: when did these medical issues occur? What year?
It was 2019, but I was in a car wreck after that, which made it worse.
All right, so 2019, you had these injuries, and then you were in a car wreck when?
I think it was 2.5 years after that. It was beginning of 2023.
All right,
2023.
so
It's not, like, I realized what I did was wrong. There was not any validation for it other than the situation I was in. My mother was her caregiver. She passed away. She had pancreatic cancer, and we lost our house. My husband and I, we had, and that's why I was stealing. We survived.
all right, so
It's not
you've
okay.
been stealing before as well. So
I have
all
not.
of these thefts are for you to survive.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not at all. These last two right here, that's what's for me to survive. And
This is the turning point. The judge stops listening to stories and starts studying patterns. Courts treat repetition like gravity. Once it pulls you down enough times, climbing back up becomes harder than the original fall. Do you think past behavior should outweigh a promise of change?
I active in the church. I've changed my life. I'm not doing these things anymore, nor do I intend to do these things anymore. I realize
And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I'm negative. I'm not on drugs.
All right,
Just
you're
a
gonna,
prescription
I was
medication, Your Honor.
prescription. I was just in the hospital 2 weeks ago. I was hospitalized for 8 days. I have cellulitis in the leg that I had the paralysis in. And you
But
can
see,
still see
this
my
is,
like.
let me just, let me explain to you where I'm coming from.
Yes, ma'am.
You had this major incident in 2019,
Correct.
and that didn't stop you from stealing. It appears from what I'm looking at, and this is just your history, you steal. That's your occupation, you steal. You go into places and you steal. And there's none of this, I'm stealing to survive, because what you were stealing was not survival products. You're just stealing. That's your occupation. And now you're coming to me for sympathy because you have all of these issues. But if you look at your criminal history, you were stealing before 2019. And then now you say you're active with the church. And I always say, you know, people come to the Lord whenever they come to the Lord, and you meet people where they are. But even after you had this epiphany, what should have been an epiphany for you, with all this that happened, you just continued to steal.
That was you're right, Your Honor. There's not an excuse. I don't have an excuse for any of it. It's not okay. I am remorseful for my actions, and I have to complete.
Here, remorse meets record. Apology meets paperwork. The court is not asking if she feels bad. It is asking if anything has truly changed. Can regret rewrite a rap sheet?
I know that I'm not. It's not my occupation any longer. I'm
Who lives in your
embarrassed and
home with you?
ashamed of my actions.
Who lives in the home with you?
I live with my husband, and we live with my cousin and her husband.
And how many children are in that home?
0. I have an adult child. She lives in Corpus Christi.
So you're saying there are no minors in your home?
No minors. My husband's children are all grown as well. So my daughter's 32 years old.
All right. Anything else?
Your Honor, like I said, I did speak with, well, Your Honor, I would ask that you, please grant us community supervision. And the thing is, Your Honor, I did suggest to my client, if she did want to plea bargain, she may want to just take jail time, but, she convinced me that, she can make the probation, and I think that'd be more beneficial for her. Plus, I think it would be detrimental with her health to do jail time. And I think she had a rough time when she was in jail last time on this charge, and I don't think she ever wants to be there again, Your Honor.
All right. And cause number 2024 CR 007342, the court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's a $2,000 fine that'll be probated, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, 200 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Cavender's store. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 006932. CATS 1 and 2 theft course, field visits 1 time per month for 6 months, regular random UAs. And you'll need to provide a prescription of all the medications that you're taking to probation. Do you understand?
Sure. Thank you very much.
Probation, is there anything else in that cause number?
If you want any type of proof of, they don't need.
And there it is. Probation instead of a cell, but wrapped in conditions, fines, classes, and watchful eyes. This is mercy with a rulebook attached. Final question for you. Is this a second chance or the last open door?